Well, Sachin, thank you for joining us. So this is a client who's been with us for a little while now. He's gone through an amazing transformation. We are just talking about before the call how lean his face looks in comparison to when I first met him. So we're just going to go through a little bit about his journey, where he came from, some of the struggles he had before. And then, yeah, we'll just keep it pretty raw and transparent. And Sachin, all I ask for you is just say how your journey's been so people can get a feel for what it's like. So first of all, if you could introduce yourself, who you are, and where you were a few months back.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you, Asher, for giving me the opportunity to do this testimonial. First of all, it's much appreciated, honestly, from my heart. Um, yeah. So I found you guys in January, sort of end of January on LinkedIn, where there was an ad to say, you guys are looking for up to 10 people, the age of 40 with stress levels of work and lifestyle and so on. That attracted me on the board of LinkedIn, applied for it. Suddenly, your good self, Asher, got a call from yourself randomly. Was a bit baffled where you got my contact from because it totally slipped out my head, as you're probably aware of it. And then I asked you to reintroduce, and I thought, okay. And then we had a brief chat for 5 minutes, and then we had a conference call. So where was I? Yeah. So as I always mentioned to you from time before you onboarded me, I lost my parents, both of them, my mom and dad. I lost my dad in 23 April. 11 months later, I lost my mom, in March 24. Along with the transit, after losing dad, I had an angina heart attack. Well-being was going downhill. Then losing mom, another angina attack in March, sort of end of March 24. Quite emotional times, to be honest with you. And then going through divorce at the same time, which wasn't very easy. But, these things happen. But, my mindset was my shoulders were, and my knees, my chin was a head above the water. This is where you came in. You guys came in, your team came in. Sorry, I'm a bit emotional, but
Well, yeah, it's
it
all
was
good.
hard. It was hard, traumatizing, losing both parents. And then you came in, yeah. So my health was really bad. I, visited the GP, was warned by them to say if I don't look after myself, it's going to be very difficult. It was just very, very difficult. Diagnosed with blood pressure, very high dosage. Then on the first stage when my dad passed away, and then, cholesterol, sort of beat me to it as well because of the well-being of food. Very traumatizing. What can I say, mate? It was very, very, very traumatizing, and you guys came on board as well. And I think one of the confidence that gave me from your side actually it wasn't about you taking my money. It was, can I cook? Are you committed? It's not about the money or taking the business away. You want to see the success and the background I gave you in the trauma. Yeah, so that's where we were. We kickstarted in 1st of February. Weight was 105 kgs, quite obesity rate at age of 45, height being 6 foot. And here we are today. We're sitting on the 20th of May. Meltdown completely, 26 kgs on meltdown. Sitting at 79.3 on weight today. So, and it all came down to nutrition, sleeping, stress levels, the well-being and everything. It's been a great support from you guys, especially with Simon as well. I know we've not had much interaction, but, we've had once a month or probably every 3 weeks just a quick chat over WhatsApp or just a quick call or a voice note with you, Asha, sorry. But in terms of Simon, he's been on the go, understanding, and, it's good to have someone like that, to be honest with you. It's very difficult sometimes to do remote. But the energy level just kind of came. It was push, 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 It was a bit micromanaging, which I needed that for the first 4 weeks. Went through a huge transformation in the first 6 weeks. It was a struggle. I'm here now. I'm here. It's now 14 weeks.
Yeah.
Just can't believe I've done it. From sitting from a double XL regular fit, I'm now sitting on a large regular fit, Got some new little cute muscles popping out, little
Yeah.
baby muscles. You know, um, I'm there 50%. It's now to do the strength building, which is the other 50%, and maintaining it, from my point of view, to be Usher. But yeah, it's been a very traumatizing journey in the last 3 years. Well, 2.5 years, I would say, coming to 3 years. And, along with you guys, yourself, Asher and Simon, coming into my life, done it. you know?
Amazing, man. Yeah. Yeah, Sachin, man, it's been wonderful to have you on the journey. Like, I truly mean it. Your interaction with the group chat, the team, um, and to hear that myself and my team have had such an impact, and you means the world to us. I remember literally like it was yesterday, and this is what I was saying just before we had this call. How sharp your face is now. Just literally months ago this year, where you were at, and you were vulnerable enough to share your story with us and talk to me about exactly where you're at, what your struggles have been in the last few years around your weight journey, and a lot of the personal things in your lifestyle. And we just had a very raw, transparent conversation about where you're at. And I was like, this is someone I'd love to help. So we had a discussion around committing to your journey. We had a discussion around actually making a change. And I'm sure there was some hesitation at the time, or some, there's always like a level of anxiousness or nervousness when joining into a program like this or a system like this. But you took the leap of faith. You believed in us. You believed in yourself. And weeks later, oh man, like, you're looking insane. Your pictures were just posted on the group chat the other day, and everyone was rewarding you for such an amazing transformation. Because it's truly incredible. You again, I always use the suitcase reference. You've lost literally almost the maximum amount you can in a suitcase. Worth of weight, and that's life-changing weight, and I'm happy to hear it's made such an impact on you, because what you've done is truly amazing. And yeah, super happy for you, man. Super happy.
Wasn't
So
easy. Wasn't easy. Wasn't
yeah,
easy.
yeah, I know, Simon, because I'm always telling Simon to go hard on everyone. So that's we did push you, but and that's what builds character. That's what builds longevity in this fitness game. Because what we don't want to do is just take you on a journey to bounce you back to where you were. But I'm happy to say again from our previous conversations that these are now habits. This is something that it's a lifestyle that you've gained, and now we're going to go into phase 2 of our journey, which is going to be the muscle building. I really started toning up and developing those muscles to broaden out the shoulders, look great in a t-shirt. So looking forward to that phase as well. So man, I'm super happy to work with you. And again, you've been a shining light in the program as well. Even just interacting with everyone, joining in the group calls. There's no secret as to why you've got the results you do. You've used all the resources in front of you, and that's why you are
Yeah.
here with it.
Just don't want to be back there again. It's not a good feeling.
Yeah, yeah. And I guess to anyone who might be listening and who was in a situation maybe similar to where you were, whether it be from your your personal life that they can relate to, or just the weight itself, what would you say to that person who is on the fence, or who's maybe thinking about making a decision
Get
around health?
yourself on it. Put your mindset on it. It's not easy said than done, but keep your chin above the water, be positive, get some help, get some help.
Mm,
Whether it's counseling, whether it's fitness, it helps your mindset, I guess. Get some help, give you a recommendation, whether it's counseling, you guys, just a brief chat. Definitely requires that, especially, in any kind of trauma, when you've had death, it's just, you need help and
mm,
only you can do it. You might have your friends' support, your family support, but only you can do it. Your mindset has to be positive. I guess the last 2 years losing mom and dad, from my experience telling the guys out there, it's not easy, especially in the window that I lost both of them. You've all got to go one day one way, but not in pain. But it was just a very short span that just kind of a 360 smack on my face, if that makes sense, But get some help if you're out there.
mm,
You need it. It's for your own mindset. Because you
mm,
can easily get sidetracked on drinking, smoking,
mm,
substances, food as well. And, like, for example, when my dad passed away, and from the time from the window until my mom, 3 times a day ordering Uber food, comfort food, all sorts of junk,
Yeah.
and middle of night, early hours in the morning. I mean, thank God I didn't get to drinking much, but the drinking, we're going from like 1 pint a week to like 4 pints, 6 pints
Mm,
over the weekend on a Friday, Saturday, just to give your mindset trying to run away from your problems. These are not the solutions, because it
mm,
does impact your health and your
mhm,
mindset. Your mindset plays quite big in this. But yeah, just to the public out there, I would say, if in any kind of circumstances, get some help. It's the best
mm.
thing.
And your parents will be super proud of you. Super, super proud of you. You've gone through like literally. Anyone would be shocked or be like astounded by the progress that you've made and how fit you are now and in such a short period of time. So I'm proud of you. Super, super good,
Thank
man.
you.
Again, me and Simon talk
Thank
about all
you.
the time. You crushed it. And yeah, happy to be here on this journey. And again, we're not even finished yet. Like we've
Yeah.
got some muscles to gain.
We've got
Um,
we've got a long way to go still. Long way to go
yeah,
still.
yeah, we've still got some progress to do. I guess
Yeah.
last thing for research, and then let's just say there's someone who, um, I guess maybe is making excuses for themselves as to their own journey. So that they're like, "Oh, I'm busy with work. I'm busy with family. I'm busy with X, Y, and Z." You know what a lot of people are like is that was you once upon a time. What would you say to that person in terms of the mental shift they need to go through to stop making excuses for themselves and just take the leap of faith?
Make yourself time, because work's always going to be there. It's never going to finish. You're replaceable. Well, whether you're self-employed or you work for someone, you're always replaceable. You're going to burn yourself out. Make yourself time. Give yourself some level of sanity and respect for yourself, your mindset, and your own body, because it's y- you've got to make time, for
Mm,
yourself, your own well-being. Life is too short, the way I look at it, you know, and I was one of them putting my hands up in the air. I had a lot of excuses, as you know this, when we first got onboarded, but I had to put a fine balance to lifestyle balance, work ethics, and things like that. And like I said, I repeat myself that work's always going to be there, and you're replaceable if you're going to work for someone. That's the way. And I'm talking from a senior, high level manager point of view. You will always be replaceable. But if you don't look after your well being, you know, where I was 3 months ago, um, my hair looks much better from
mm,
looking at the previous photos. My skin's glowing a bit more based on nutrition and, all the vitamins I was recommended to take, such as like whey powder, the ashwagandha, collagen, things like that. My nails feel better. My skin feels, amazing, soft. It's like a baby's skin now,
yeah,
you feel more live, you feel more energetic. When you're waking up, you don't feel de-energized, you feel more energized, and then there's other vitamins that you can take, to help your stomach, your guts, and that helps a bit. But the most important thing is sleep. I
mm,
wasn't getting that purely because of, as I mentioned, you know, purely because of my mum and dad. And I was sleeping for sort of like 4 hours before I joined this program. I'm now sleeping comfortably like nearly 7.5 hours. It's a massive jump. The sleeping pattern was an obstacle the first month, but then my
mm,
body and mindset got used to it. So in my personal opinion, excuses are always going to be there. You're running away from your problems. Put yourself first, you know, work's always going to be there, and think about put yourself first. Not saying forget your loved ones, not saying forget the people around you that care for you, but put yourself number one, because work's always going to be there. Problems are always going to be there. Life's an obstacle in any journey, you know.
mm.
Whatever comes to you, you just got to deal with it in the right frame, in the right mindset, if that makes sense. That's the only thing I can say.
Powerful words. Powerful, powerful words. Man,
Yeah.
you're making me want to sign up to another run or something. Powerful words, man. No, really inspiring journey. You're an inspiring man. You've achieved a lot in your life outside of fitness, even. So now this is just another thing you've conquered and are continuing to conquer. So, like I said, hats off. I'm gonna I'll make sure to share this message with our team as well. Simon, I think he's going to be really happy to see this as well. So,
Yeah.
amazing work, man. Again, pleasure to have you on board and the interaction you have with everybody. So, hats
Thank you,
off.
Ashraf. Thank
I'll
you.
pause it. Anyone who's kind of on thinking about it, wants to have a chat, shoot me a message. Typically, LinkedIn's going to be best. Just shoot me a
Yeah,
message there, in the chat, and see if it's something that could work for you too.
sure.
And unless you have any final words, we can pause it there.
No, just want to keep going. We've had a 6 months program. You know, we've done the first phase of the 6 months program. The 2 phases, which was the food, the diet, done. Now it's all about getting the strength in, which is the second phase. You know, and it all comes down to me. Again, with the great support of yourself, Asher, and Simon. You know, and trying to get this, you know, getting the program in place. The program is now in place as of effective this week. We're going through slow motion. Slow motion means, you know, low weights, higher reps, but getting used to the techniques is the important part. From, you know, you've always, guys have stressed us, just don't jump on it, start pushing heavy
Yeah,
weights. Think you're
yeah,
Mr. Iron Man, you know, but get the techniques right. It's what it is, because you don't want to hurt yourself, because if you hurt yourself, you're going to be out of bounds for a good couple of weeks or months, if that makes sense. And it's not about just jumping in and getting on with it. It's all about the physique and techniques here. That's
it is.
always been the push from you guys. But
Yeah,
yeah, looking
definitely.
forward to the second phase, definitely. And hopefully
Let's
another
crush it, man.
second, and hopefully second testimonial on the strength building
Yeah, yeah,
side.
yeah. Let's get it, man. Mission medium t-shirts. Let's go. And okay,
Yeah.
thank you, everybody. Let's speak soon.
But thank you for your time, giving me the opportunity.